Alright. Whoa! Not supposed to be turning over. One more. Come on. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Alright. Hang in there. What? You ready for a ride? Want to go somewhere? Go outside? Ready to go outside? Yeah. Yeah. All right. You ready? Good morning. Check out all of our plant starts in here. See them? You see them? All the colors. Got kale needs to be transplanted. Lettuces that need to be transplanted. And down here, we got a bunch of cucumbers and tomatoes and other things like eggplant that we have started. So I'm super excited and looking forward to getting a number of these in the ground really soon, especially planting some in our greenhouse here, some in our high tunnel, and some under low tunnels in our main garden area. I really love ergo carriers. They are great, and over the years we've had a number of different ones that we've used with each of the children. But this is like one of the original ones that we had like 11, 12 years ago with Selah, and it's been through a lot. And you can tell, it's been out on the farmstead and still got stains on it. Even though we've washed it numerous times, it still stains. So it's one that I feel comfortable just carrying around out here and don't have to really worry about it. But these are great because it frees your hands up to be able to still do things as well as take care of the baby on you. And then when they get a little bit bigger, you can just flip them to the backside and carry them around like Master Yoda or something like that. Do you like being outside? Yeah. Yeah. This is that time of year when they're just stacking up of so many different things that need to be done here. And it's just like, there's so much. It's just like, I don't know where to start. But breathe. One of the things that I have found to be really helpful is to make an action list, a to-do list, and write down all the different things that need to be done. And after you've made the list, what helps me is go back, look at the list, and then start starring so that way you can prioritize on what needs to be done first, the most urgent tasks. Focus on them instead of trying to do all the different things at one time and you're not really doing anything or you're so just stressed out. Just breathe and then focus on the most important things first. So as we're walking around this morning, getting our morning sun, we're also going to write down and identify the different things that need to be done here. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, exquisite kiss, still burning, digging on this, this passionate life, I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile, it's impossible, not melting, irresistible, when I look in your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over this surface, now I just can't get enough.
He is out, sleeping good. I don't know about you guys, but I think it'd kind of be nice if somebody would just carry me around like that and I could just sleep. Got a lot of work to do here. Man. All right, I compiled a pretty good list here of things that need to be done. So that way now I can start prioritizing and narrowing my focus of the items that need to be done. So that way I'm not just like running all over the place. All right, let's see, what should I do? I need to do this, I need to do that. Oh, I don't know, what do I do? What do I do? This way I can do things more orderly. Like one of our family memory verses,
Let all things be done decently and in order.
And the opposite of that is chaos and confusion. And we don't want that at all. But with my list here, I can now sit here, look at it, and analyze which items need to be done first. And on here, one of the items that we have here is build a new chickshaw for my chickens. The very first chickshaw that I built, we'll call it Mark 1, is not functional at all right now. But my other one, Mark 2, I really like and want to make another one almost identical to it for some chicks that we have coming a little bit later this month from Murray McMurray Hatchery. And with that, I want to encourage you, if you haven't ordered your chickens and ducklings yet from Murray McMurray Hatchery, I encourage you to order them from Murray McMurray Hatchery because it's one of our favorite places to order them. But however, when they get here, they're still going to be little babies and they need the chickshaw right away. So I have some more time to work on that. It doesn't have to be done right away. I also have this huge mulch pile that we need to spread out mulch in various places around the farmstead. But that's an item that can be done a little here, a little there. Doesn't need to be done all at once. Don't have to focus on that right now. But what is urgent is finishing the modifications that I've started on our high tunnel. As Hezekiah and I were looking at earlier, we have cucumbers and tomatoes and eggplant that need to be transplanted like really soon. So I need to get the side walls and end walls finished on our high tunnel so we can get those in the ground right away. So that's an item I'm going to have right at the top of my list. But one of the things that I noticed that tends to happen each year at this time, I begin to feel overwhelmed with all the different things that are going on and that need to be done. It's like I'm living a life of Tetris. Like my life is a game of Tetris and all these things, these shapes are just coming at me and the time is just running out and I don't know where to put all the pieces and it's just like, yes, breathe again. But in talking with others, homesteaders like Justin Rose and other entrepreneurs, and even just the average parent, we all deal with times where we're just feeling overwhelmed and not sure how to deal with all the things of life. And I'm still learning how to deal with things myself. Still trying to improve and deal with them in a better way. But one of the things that I have learned, and I try to teach my family is focus on the things that you can do and don't focus on the things that you can't do. So what that means is the things that you have control over, focus on those. The things that are other people's responsibility or things that only God can take care of, don't focus and dwell on those things. Pray about them and just do what you can do. And one of the things that I want to share with you all, my friends, I'm being vulnerable, I'm opening myself up here, is personally as a man, as the provider of my family, the thing that I get frustrated with the most is when I feel hindered from being productive and providing for my family. It is so tough for me to deal with, man. And I must admit, I am so blessed and thankful, thank God, for the life that we are able to live as a family, where our kids are able to have access to both Lacie and I throughout most of the day, every day. So I am very thankful to that. I really appreciate it. However, there are times when I just need to focus on doing a project myself. And it just seems like things just keep popping up. For example, if I'm trying to sit down at the computer and just work on getting things for our business, somebody needs something.
Daddy.
Yes. Then it's like someone calls or texts and it just needs to have an urgent response. Hello. And those things can be enough just to throw off your workflow and energy flow. Oh, and another one that comes to mind is being a content creator and video, and sometimes they're just crazy interruptions of just kids yelling out of nowhere. So today, we're quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Try it again. Or airplane flying over. All right, so today, try it again. Or let's see, or neighbors or guests just randomly stopping by in the middle of me trying to record. Or, oh, neighbors shooting a cannon or dynamite, whatever it is that he does in his own made up holiday sometimes, just coming out of nowhere. So today, what we're gonna do is, and then after all those things happen, you just feel out of sync. And you're like, I don't even know if I can record anything else. I can't even think anymore after all the interruptions. So, what was I gonna say? But those are things that just come with the job. I really do love what I do. I love the life that we have. But there are challenges at times, even with something that you love the most. There's still times where you can be burned out and you just be frustrated and overwhelmed. Balance is key, rest is key, leisure time is key to help avoid things like burnout and things like that. Those are some lessons I've had to learn hard way. There's a number of things that are just very challenging to deal with when adrenals are just maxed out and your body is just going through this, hey, you need to stop, you can't do anymore, stop. So when I first began dealing with this a number of years ago, and these issues began to arise, is when we were having a lot of trauma. And that's usually what happens for most people. You have some just trauma and just high levels of stress in your life, and things just begin crashing down. At the time, I was juggling 2 businesses and the stress with that, and one of the businesses was not doing well and just trying to make ends meet financially. And as we talked about in one of our vlogs, and we talked about the 30 facts about us that you didn't know, and we shared those with you. We actually had one of our babies that had died, and that was just a major stress, and me dealing with just Lacie began going into depression, and that's no knock on her, but just dealing with depression after that, and me having to carry extra weight and extra load of just helping out. So the stress that I was dealing with from that and just the various stressors of life is where I began first to notice that something was not right. I remember walking up, doing the chores, walking on the farm, and just feeling like my legs and my body was not going to work. I began having chest tightness and just like something is not right. And that was the first time that I really noticed it. So from that point on, I've been going through waves and managing the adrenal issues. But another thing is to be humble enough to ask for help when you need help. I've had to learn that the hard way too, and allow others to actually help you out. And if you do see somebody in help and in need of help, ask what you can do to help them. We're to alleviate and help carry others' burdens, but not to see them as they're carrying the burden and critique them how they're carrying their burden wrong. Not to do that, but actually to help them with the various things that they deal with or we deal with. Now, I must admit, our children are not perfect. However, they can be a big, big help, a lot, to me here on the farmstead. And our goals as parents, Lacie and I, is to teach our children and equip them with the skills that they need and to develop the character that they need to function in life and to function successfully in their family life if they have it in the future. And a part of that and teaching them that, we also benefit from that. So we benefit one another by helping one another. And one of the lessons that I was working on recently with Selah is grocery shopping. With Lacie being on the mend from having Hezekiah, I've been doing what I can to help out, and that includes going grocery shopping. For the items we don't grow here on the farmstead, we try our best to purchase from other farmers or to purchase locally at local stores like the Bradford Market, which we also sell our produce to. But at times we do have to buy from other stores. And the other day, I took Selah out to test her to see if she could do the shopping all by herself. All right, you're on your own today. I'm just here for support. Yeah, emotional support. You got it. You got it. Covering everything too, right? Groceries are on you today. Way to go, Taylor. Actually, I was the one paying for the groceries, but she's the one that made the list and picked out everything that we needed. Whoops. Fumble fingers. Just get one or two? Okay. Sometimes there were some tougher decisions to make. What made you choose that one? But she figured those things out for herself, eventually. Which way are we going? All right, that's fine. She's trying to figure out her flow, so we're restarting. It's all right. And part of figuring things out is figuring out your own flow and how you're going to do things. But she did have her list to keep her on track.
Okay, cheese.
Cheese. It's so pleasing to see Selah maturing and developing the skills she needs for life, but also things that can help me and the rest of our family. It's all right. You're figuring out your flow. It's all right. Here we go one way, let's go back the other way. You're being thorough though, I can do you.
Go back that way.
Back the other way now? All right. And the last thing that expanded her comfort zone was paying for things. With my card, of course. All by yourself.
Yep, not done yet.
It's her first time doing it all by herself. Yep. You've seen it done before. How's it feel? A little uncomfortable?
Yeah.
A little bit? It's in there. Shoot, when she pushed the button, it'll...
Oh.
Yep, it's in upside down. Try it again. Nope. Yep, it's harder than you think it would be. Right there.
Oh.
The answers are all correct. So I just went back and checked. I'll
Right there.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Sorry about that. She hit it in backwards.
That's fine. At least you learned.
Ding! You did it. Get your receipt.
I don't need that card.
Oh, yep. Got to pull it over for her.
It's all you. I'll hold your receipt hostage.
Thank you. Good job. You did it. Hey, here, high five. Actually, how much was it? How much did you spend?
$157.
$157?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you spent too much money, gotta take it back. Just kidding. Alrighty, so gradually knocking things off the list. We've got a long, long way to go. But I had to go buy a board for our high tunnel, so we unloaded that from the truck. And with the boys' help, I definitely couldn't do it without them. We attached that last board to the side of our high tunnel. We also got some more channel locks and spring wire, which I needed to complete this side of the high tunnel as well. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
And the boys helped me set that up, and then we set up some more brand new plastic on the side of our high tunnel. And the old plastic, it had some holes in it, but it wasn't completely bad, so I was like, I think I can salvage some of this. So I ended up cutting it up into strips to use for some low tunnels in our main garden. And speaking of the main garden, I also had to work on tidying up our garden fence, just so that way we keep the animals out that we don't want to go in our garden and eat all our veggies up. So we were able to tidy up our fences. Still got a few minor things, but at least it's to keep the animals out that we don't want in for the most part. What in the world? Well, I guess this is one more thing to add to the